Hello, friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Brick Roll. All right, we are still at Dallas Airport, looking forward to going back to California. If you watched yesterday's vlog, you knew it was kind of a fiasco, and I just had to end it, so I had a chance to get it edited and uploaded in time. But this is our plane, supposedly. It's here, so it isn't going to be late. It's here, so it's not going to be canceled. And the weather looks decent in San Francisco, too, so hopefully we'll make it this time. You know, originally I was supposed to be back in California about 5 o'clock and probably to my parents' house by about 6. Now it's going to be, I'll be hitting LAX about 1 in the morning and probably won't be to my parents until about 2. So this is going to be an extra long day. Alright, I made it to San Francisco. It's about 9 o'clock. I got about an hour until my next flight, and hopefully I'll be home around midnight. Fingers crossed. Alright, so I've been back in California for all of 20 minutes, and just to reinforce my belief that people in California aren't quite as nice as the people in Texas, I've been here for 20 minutes, and I have already heard more variants of the F word in the last 20 minutes than I have in the previous 30 days. Yikes. Alright, it's 1 a.m. and I finally made it into LA, and only 45 minutes late. Okay, here's what happened on this one. To begin with, we got on the plane in San Francisco, and about the time we were ready to push off, they delayed the flight. Apparently, another flight was coming in from Canada, and it was late, and they held our flight for all those people that were making connections. Funny I couldn't get them to do that for me, but I don't know about that. But anyway, then when we get about 3/4 of the way here, somebody has some sort of a medical emergency on the flight, and so after the plane lands, we got to wait 10-15 minutes for the paramedics to come and take care of all this. So like I said, I'm 45 minutes late getting in here, and waiting for my Uber here, and it's gonna be another 45 minutes to get to my parents' house, and you know, hopefully that's the end of it. I don't know. Based on the way this day is going, though, this Uber's going to probably explode on the way home or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. They do so much to make LAX look really pretty, but I wish they'd do something about the traffic. Oh, the irony. I go to Texas and I can't escape the mouse. I come back to California and I can't escape Texas. Alright, so it's the next day. I arrived in California at my parents' house about 2 a.m. and wow, it was just quite a day. I haven't even told you about the Uber trip. I had this Uber driver that just really wasn't paying that much attention to what he was doing. He was focusing more on playing with the radio the whole time than actually driving. And was kind of a reckless driver, a little bit scary to be with. When it got to the point where we had to get off the freeway to get to my parents' house, he actually missed the exit because he had this really kind of weird obsession with the carpool lane. And carpool lanes are great if it's like, 5 o'clock in the afternoon and there's a lot of traffic. But when when it's 2 in the morning and there's no traffic, all that the carpool lane really does is just prevents you from getting to where you need. It limits your options, and because he was in the carpool lane, he ended up missing the off-ramp, had to drive a couple of miles beyond to find another side street, and then to find another off-ramp, and ended up taking a bunch of side streets to get to my house. So it took a lot longer than it should have, just because I don't know. I've never really had a bad experience with an Uber driver, but this guy just didn't really seem to be paying a whole lot of attention. Oh, and of course, for those of you who've been missing Flash, here she is, hanging out right now. It's very unusual. She's this active right next to me, but I kind of have a feeling that her vision, if you remember in Jurassic Park, they said the T-Rex can't see you if you don't move. I kind of think that she's the same way, because right now she's, that's my foot right there. She's like 2 inches from me, and doesn't seem to be having any problem with me. Normally if she saw me, she'd either pull into her shell and kind of go into hiding mode, or she'd take off running. So for those of you who've been asking about Flash, there she is. I think she wants some strawberries. I'm gonna make my mom salmon and asparagus for dinner, so maybe she'll get some asparagus trimmings. Would you like that, huh? You want some asparagus trimmings? Or are you just going to show the audience your butt again? Yeah, there you go. Now you know the answer. So that's the end of what I have for today. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.